What's good, my boys? Splash here. In today's video, we'll be doing the center tier list, so let's get straight into it. We're going to just get this out the way right now. You know who's going to go in that tier. We're just going to find him right now. Wemby is going to just start off in a tier above S. Now, I do believe the pink diamond is not on the same level as the opal, but I think if you can get the pink diamond red rebound, red slippery off ball, and a takeover that buffs his physicals instead of satellite, chef, or sniper, I think he turns into a really good version of the opal. The reason he will be the best center on the game is because he is the only big man on the game allowed to shoot contested. The only two big men that can stop him are Edie and Yao Ming. The kryptonite to stop him is you need to be 7'4" or taller. And you need to either have a wingspan that's higher than his or equal to his at the size of 7'4" or taller. So, like, do I think Edie is better than Wemby? Yeah, but Wemby's better than Edie for 99% of the player base because you've played somebody who has Wemby and he just keeps shooting contested. That's all of Wemby's points. He's not calling no pick and roll. He's not grabbing any rebounds. He's just shooting a bunch of contesteds. You can't switch on Wemby. It's a shot. You have to jump every time he shoots, etc., etc. Next, we're going to be going to Alonzo Mourning and Ben Wallace. Both going to be D tier at the center position. Just too short. I already have made it such a hindrance to let you guys know how much height matters at the 4 and even the 3. Now, imagine what it is at center. Next, we got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is going to go in B. I think probably like, his upgraded version goes in a higher tier, but this one, his 3 is just too low to be a threat. Pau Gasol is also going to go in D. Patrick Ewing is also going to go in D. DeMarcus Cousins is also going to go in D. Just 5 terrible big men. They cannot play the center position on this game. We're going to go to Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol is going to go in C. He's definitely better than the other 5, and his jump shot is okay. I wouldn't recommend, though. Next, you're going to go to D12. D12 at the center position is also too short. You have to be, at minimum, 7 feet to be a threat. If you are not 7 feet, your card does not matter at the center position. Literally, it does not matter. That is why a person like Sar is going to be better than a person like D12 at the center position. I know you like Splash is just 1 inch. Yes, that 1 inch makes that much more of the difference. We're going to go to D-Rob. D-Rob is going to be in B tier as well. I think D-Rob is an amazing center animation-wise, defense-wise. I think he makes Wemby work for everything he has to get. I just think his shot stinks on the opal. But I do think that the opal D-Rob gets better animations than the dark matter. I don't know what code they put into the opal. The opal, I'd say about 4-ish, 5-ish weeks ago, just started dogging me every time I see him. But the dark matter doesn't do the same thing. Dirk is also going to go in D. Bill Walton is also going to go in D. A bunch of people who are just too short to be playing the center position on a game that Wemby runs. Next, we're going to have Shaq. Shaq is going to also go in B tier. Inside center, 7 feet. Monster. But I do think your center needs a high 3, or at least, since Dark Matter Kareem has like a 78 3, I think your center needs at least a 75 to be a threat at this moment. Kevin Garnett is going to go in C, just too short to be in the same tier as the rest of the B tiers, and his shot is obviously too slow. Next, we got Yao Ming. Yao Ming is really an anomaly because if you can get a bunch of reds or all Hoffs on him, I think he's an A tier. If he's base, I think he's B tier. So that all just depends on how good he is. When Yao gets his next card, it will be on the same level as Wemby, especially when playing versus him. He has a really quick jump shot on his opal right now, and I mean, he's 7'6". So obviously the switch all meta isn't going to work as much on him. But I do think A tier if you have Hall of Fame badges on him. B tier if he's regular because his physicals are kind of cruised, and his 3 could be just a bit higher. Next, we got Hakeem. I'm going to be throwing Hakeem in A. I do think Hakeem's animations carry him at the center position. Now, and I know y'all going to skip to the end, so y'all not even going to hear this. Do not play him at center if Wemby is in the game. Hakeem can show his stuff if Wemby is not in the game. If he's playing versus Kareem, if he's playing versus D-Rob, if he's playing versus anybody, a KP, anybody else, Hakeem shows his stuff. Other than that, though, he has no chance competing with Wemby. Next, you got Sabonis. I feel so bad for Sabonis because Sabonis definitely fits the height restriction, and he has a really big player build. That card just is trash. It's nothing more to be said. That card is just trash. Next, we're going to go to the first We're going to go to Shaq. Shaq at the center position is an A-tier center. If he was 7'3", he would be a S-tier center. Maybe 7'2", I might give him S-tier center, but I think just off the fact that he's 7'1", I think he's just so much more valuable at the power forward position. Next we got KP. KP is going to be the first center in S. I think he gives Wemby a really, really big run for his money. He also comes with all 100 stats and probably the quickest jump shot amongst all of the big men besides like Embiid. So that's just that. Next, we got Sar. Sar is going to be in B tier as well. I don't think Sar provides what these other four big men provide for you at the center position, but Sar can play center if you need like a super budget team. Jokic is going to go in C, just not 7 feet. If he was, I'd probably put him in B. Cat is also going to go in C because they are not on the same level as all of the D tiers. Mobley, defense is outrageous. I almost put him on the same level as Kevin Garnett besides the jump shot, but he's not on the same level as the D tiers. Siakam goes in D. Sengun goes in D. His animations are terrible, and Siakam just stinks. AD can get a slide pass and C. His honest only flaw is his shot is a little bit too slow, and the fact that his pass act just is 60 on 7 different cards. Like, they upgrade all his defense, his shooting, his dunking. They just forget about his pass accuracy. Next, we will have Embiid. Embiid is going to go in the same tier as Hakeem and Shaq. If Wemby is in the game, please just play your person that you would start versus Wemby until they take their Wemby out the game. If they play Wemby 20 minutes, you play Wemby 20 minutes. If you have Edie and they play Wemby 15 minutes, you play Edie 15 minutes. When Wemby comes out, that's when you put in your counter bigs. So, but I do think Embiid has probably the quickest jump shot amongst all the big men besides KP. He is such a legend. His player build is just so small. I also think he's way more valuable at the 4. Next, we're going to be doing Vlade Divac. I think Vlade Divac is around like the Sar tier. Vlade Divac can kind of dribble. He's 7 foot. It's a big burly player build. Could be a little bit better, but you know what Vlade Divac is definitely going to give you at that position. Next, we got Chet. Chet is going to go in A. Chet kind of has a bigger player build than like Shaq, Hakeem, and Embiid. And I do think that Chet guards Wemby, the best out of all the non-7'3" plus bigs. So that's why I personally am such a fan of Chet. Next, we got Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is going to go into the B tier. All of these centers, like, if these are your centers, your team is okay. You feel me? Could they be better? Yes, you can obviously upgrade to the mill big men, but, like, you're okay with these centers, especially if you can get a few hoffs on them. Next, we got Taco. Taco's just going to go and see because he's, like, 8 feet tall. He stinks. That card is horrible. I definitely still think he's better than everybody in D, though. Next, we're going to go Kareem. I think Kareem's going to kind of go in S. I think Kareem's level, I just think Kareem literally is missing 1 inch. Him having a 78-3, nobody misses with him. He has an amazing jump shot. He has the best animations on this entire list. Like running jumps, monkey dunks. He can hedge the screen amazingly. He has 96 speed at the center position. Without being a 100 over, I don't think people understand how outrageous that is. And his player build is amazing, and it's the correct player build as well. That Kareem is so good. If Wemby wasn't a person, Kareem would probably be the best center on the game. Like, even with KP being a card, I think he'd be the best center in the game. Next, we got Ware. I think Ware, low-key, is like, he can't play center. I wish he could. He doesn't get the right animations he's supposed to. If he got a little bit better animations, like, if his rebound, came 97, 98, I think he'd be so much better. So I'll put Ware in the same, kind of in the same boat as the Sar, Vlade, Rudy Gobert, type thing. I could kind of order this a little bit better, too. Hold up. Just in case, people kind of worried about the order, I could order this a little bit better. So, yeah, I think that's more like the center list. Next, we got D-Rob. I think D-Rob's card, I'm really just putting him in A off the strength. I think that card is terrible. He has all the stats. He has everything he's supposed to have. I do think that the Opal D-Rob gets better animations, but I'll put him in A just off the strength that he really makes Wemby work a lot to score. Next, we got Edie. Edie is going to go into the tip of S. I think Edie is the best big man on the game if contested shots are not used as a factor in talking about who is the best center. Edie dogs Wemby out so bad. That is the best decision I have probably made all year in my team was me going to get Zach Edey. Well, I have not had to worry about Wemby in two weeks, bro. I have played one person whose Wemby did anything to me, and it was in King of the Court, and that's because he just kept shooting contested. And then other than that, he kills him on the boards. He outruns him. He can hedge and get back on him. You can't shoot anywhere in Edie's Wade because it's automatically going to get ghosted without you having to jump. Now, and I know you like, well, why would Wemby still get his same tier? It's because Edie versus the rest of the bigs is not as dominant as Wemby is. When Wemby doesn't play versus Edie, Wemby like just asserts dominance. But when Edie plays versus Wemby, he asserts dominance. So like, because Wemby's easier to use, I'll give him his own tier. And the fact that Wemby is unstoppable to almost every big on the game. Edie can get stopped by like the Hakeems, the Embiids, the Shaqs, the Chets. Wemby barely can. Next we got Hakeem. At the center position, I think he falls into this rank of this B tier. Just a bunch of good centers, but you probably would try to go for the A tier or higher. Ralph Sampson's card is terrible. Like, not even the tacos level. I don't even know how they botched that so much. Sabonis is terrible. Wiseman is okay. That's your center tier list. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Stop by the Twitch Splashy. Stop by the Twitter Splash Edition. Turn on notice. Comment on any of my posts or DM me with any questions that you may have. I love every single one of y'all. Hopefully this season can carry because 2K is right now, player-wise. But make sure you have a blessed day. I'm out. Peace.